Have you ever stopped and asked yourself, what truly matters in life? This is a question that often gets lost in the hustle and bustle of our daily routines. Many of us are so caught up in the pursuit of material wealth, status, and superficial success that we forget to focus on what really counts. The world is full of distractions. Social media, television, work, even our own thoughts and desires can divert our attention from the things that are truly important. It's easy to get lost in the noise, to lose sight of our true priorities, but it's essential to take a step back, to pause and reflect on what we're truly striving for. What if we told you that the key to understanding this concept might just come from an unexpected source? A creature known for its towering height and gentle demeanor. To help us grasp this concept, let me share with you an enlightening tale about a giraffe named Gideon. In the heart of the African savanna, there lived a young giraffe named Gideon. Gideon was not your average giraffe. He was tall, even for his kind, with a heart as big as his towering stature. He was full of curiosity, always craning his long neck to peek over treetops, eager to explore the world that lay beyond his familiar surroundings. Living amidst a myriad of diverse creatures, Gideon found himself in the company of elephants, zebras, and lions, each unique and beautiful in their own way. This vibrant ecosystem was his home, a place where life thrived in all its splendid forms. Yet, amidst this diversity, Gideon often felt like an outsider. His towering height, his long neck, his spindly legs, they all made him stand out. And though he was a giraffe, born to stand tall, he couldn't help but yearn to blend in. He observed the elephants, with their mighty trunks and powerful presence. He admired the zebras, with their stunning stripes and swift grace. He was in awe of the lions, with their fierce roars and commanding aura. And in the midst of this admiration, Gideon yearned to be like them, to fit in, to be accepted. Each day he attempted to mimic their ways. He tried to stomp like an elephant, run like a zebra, and roar like a lion. But no matter how hard he tried, he could never quite get it right. His attempts, though earnest, only served to highlight his differences even more. Gideon's struggle was real, and it was deeply personal. He wanted to fit in, to be part of the crowd, to feel like he belonged. He was stuck in a cycle of comparison, measuring his worth against the standards set by others. He was so caught up in his desire to be like everyone else, he failed to see the beauty in his own uniqueness. But Gideon was about to learn a life-changing lesson. His journey was only beginning, and little did he know, it was about to take a turn that would change everything. One day, after another unsuccessful attempt to fit in, Gideon met an old, wise giraffe. This was not just any giraffe, but one who had seen the world, weathered many storms, and learned life's most profound lessons. As they stood beneath the towering acacia tree, the old giraffe shared his wisdom with Gideon. He spoke about the vast savanna, the mighty baobab trees, the endless sky, and how each entity, despite its own uniqueness, contributed to the harmony of the whole. He emphasized the importance of focusing on what truly mattered. "See, Gideon," he said, "each of us has a purpose, a role to play in the grand scheme of things. We are not here to simply fit in, but to contribute our unique qualities to the world. You're a giraffe, Gideon. You're meant to reach for the treetops, not to blend in with the grass. Don't waste your energy trying to be something you're not. Instead, focus on what you can do, on what makes you, you." Gideon listened, his heart pounding in his chest. He felt a shift, a turning point. All this time he had been so preoccupied with fitting in, he had overlooked his own strengths, his own uniqueness. He realized that he had been looking at life all wrong. The wise giraffe's words resonated with him deeply. He felt a renewed sense of purpose. A fire ignited within him, a fire fueled by the newfound understanding of his true self, his true potential. He thanked the wise giraffe, his eyes shining with determination. He knew then that he had to change his perspective. He had to stop trying to fit in and start focusing on what truly mattered, being himself, being a giraffe, and reaching for the treetops. And so, Gideon embarked on a journey of self-discovery. His path was no longer directed by the desire to fit in, but by the pursuit of his true self, and the understanding of his role in the grand scheme of things. This was Gideon's turning point. And it was only the beginning. Guided by the wise giraffe's words, Gideon began to see his world in a new light. His transformation was not something that happened overnight, but rather a gradual shift in his perspective. It was as if he was seeing the world through a new pair of glasses. Where once he saw obstacles, he now saw opportunities. Where he saw weaknesses, he now saw strengths. Gideon began to focus on what was truly important to him. He realized that his height, which he once saw as a disadvantage, was in fact a unique strength. His long neck allowed him to reach the juiciest leaves at the top of the trees, something no other animal could do. He began to appreciate his uniqueness, his strengths, and his capabilities. The changes in Gideon were not just internal, they were visible to all around him. He walked with a newfound confidence, his head held high, quite literally. His interactions with the other animals in the savannah changed too. He was no longer the shy, awkward giraffe. He was now Gideon, the confident, strong, and wise giraffe. He was respected by all, not because of his height, but because of his wisdom and strength of character. Each day, Gideon was growing, not just in height, but in wisdom and strength. He was learning to navigate the world with his unique perspective, focusing on his strengths rather than his weaknesses. He was learning to value himself, to appreciate his uniqueness. The transformation of Gideon was not just a physical one, it was a transformation of the soul. He had learned to see the world not as a place of challenges, but as a place of opportunities. He had learned to see himself not as a tall, awkward giraffe, but as a unique, strong, and wise creature. Gideon had learned an invaluable lesson, and it changed his life forever. Gideon's story is not just a tale from the savannah, it's a lesson for all of us. Let's take a moment to reflect on the profound journey of our tall and spotted friend. Gideon's experiences are a mirror to our own lives, a reflection of our shared struggle and triumphs. His story emphasizes the importance of focusing on what truly matters. In life, just like Gideon, we often find ourselves amidst a whirlwind of distractions. We get caught in the chase, running after things we believe will bring us happiness. Yet Gideon's story reminds us that what we often seek lies not in the far distance, but right under our noses. It's about recognizing the beauty of the present, the value of the now, and the joy in the simple things. Gideon was once like many of us, always stretching his long neck towards the unreachable leaves, never satisfied with what he had. But a shift in perspective, a newfound focus on what truly mattered, brought about his transformation. He learned to appreciate the lush green leaves within his reach, the warm sun on his back, the company of his herd, and the vast beauty of the savannah. And from this, Gideon drew strength. He found self-confidence not in reaching the highest leaves, but in the satisfaction of enjoying what was within his reach. He found success not in outdoing others, but in living harmoniously with his environment. His contentment was no longer tied to the unreachable, but to the appreciable. The beauty of Gideon's story is that it's a reminder for us, a reminder that focusing on what truly matters can bring about a sense of satisfaction, self-confidence, and success that is not dependent on external circumstances. It's about finding fulfillment in the journey, not just the destination. It's about appreciating what we have, rather than longing for what we don't. So, the next time you find yourself lost in the hustle and bustle of life, remember Gideon. Remember what truly matters.